Hey everyone, it's Kothis, and I'm back with another late GM guide. I know this one is a few days late, but the Solar Playbook took a lot longer than I thought, but hopefully this will help you get some clears before the end of the season. This week, we've got the Disgraced, which is thankfully another pretty easy week. The featured adept weapon is the Militia's Birthright, a decent primary grenade launcher that can get blinding and auto-loading on it. Before getting into the strike, like usual, let's cover the loadouts. What do we need here? The most fun and easy way to get this run done by far is going to be with 3 Heart of Inmost Light Arc Titans. I know this is repetitive, it's what everyone's using every week, but that's just how it is. It's so strong that nothing else in the game can even come close to touching it. We were able to 2-man it with absolutely no issue first try. It was extremely easy. But with a full team, we did decide to bring in a Well of Radiance Warlock just to help with some of the more dangerous areas just in case. As for weapons, as long as your team has an Arbalist or Wishender, some unstoppable coverage, and some arc rockets, you should have a pretty easy time. Just make sure that all of your elemental shields are covered as well before loading in. And I will say that having at least one Wishender is nice here to cover barrier because of the sheer amount of barrier champions that are in this strike. It's crazy. You don't want to be in a situation where you're completely out of Arbalist ammo, so that's why the primary ammo on Wishender is nice. And I don't recommend linear fusion rifles because the boss is just kind of hard to hit. It has a really small crit spot, so I like tracking arc rockets for this instead, but use whatever you want. Okay, so on to the strike. The first encounter is the toughest part of the strike in my opinion. You immediately get rushed by a ton of arc damage along with 2 barrier servitors that shield everything around them. The Vandal snipers hurt really bad. It's best to toss a few of the Titan storm grenades in the area to kill what you can and then try to head back into cover. Once the 2 barriers get taken out, this room gets a bit easier. You can push up a little bit more. As long as you keep consistent storm grenades floating around the room, you should be fine. And that's going to be a reoccurring theme for the whole strike, just storm grenade everything. You'll have a few more waves of enemies pop in, including Shanks, so be careful, hang back if you need to. This room right here is the best place to get cover. Once the room is clear, you'll have another barrier servitor along with some enemies that will head down from the stairs that you need to go up. Deal with them quickly, ideally before they have a chance to spread out in the room. So once you see the champion appeared icon, just try to head towards the stairs, throw some grenades in there, and deal with all the enemies. Once everything is dealt with, it's time to move on to the next area, which is also kind of a tougher section. A couple barrier servitors will be waiting for you toward the entrance of the area, along with some vandals that can again do quite a bit of damage. You can hang back here for cover if you need to. Once the 2 barrier servitors are dealt with, you'll have a ton of hive waiting for you outside. Deal with the wizards first because their arc damage does quite a bit, and try to kill the 2 barrier knights that are standing on the post kind of far away from you. No worries if you can't get to the barrier knights, just stay safe when you can. You'll have a wave of cursed thrall that will approach you from the ship that spawns in, so make sure you're ready for all those with storm grenades. What I'd recommend here is that 2 teammates should be team shooting the barrier knights while 1 watches the waves of enemies that head your way with storm grenades. 1 storm grenade lasts for a long time and will deal with pretty much a full wave of enemies that come your way. The Shriekers, as always, can be pretty annoying, so shoot them when you can. Just hang back here in the garage for as long as you need to stay safe. Once a few waves are cleared and the 2 barrier knights are dealt with, you'll have another wave of adds and 2 more barrier knights come in. You can hide behind these containers over here for decent safety as long as the Shriekers are down by this point. Otherwise, just continue to hang back in the garage and plink away at the enemies as you can. Once everything is clear, you can proceed to the next area, but in this hallway, you'll be greeted with 2 more barrier servitors. Be mindful, the Vandal's arc sniper damage here is pretty ruthless as always. There's no real strategy here, this section is pretty quick, just stay safe and take care of the enemies as you can. Make your way past the public event area, and if you're lucky, you'll be able to rally to a flag here. Just remember that all enemies still hit really hard, so be quick if you go for the flag. The final area before the boss is a bit more of the same. Navota will be waiting here for you, along with 2 more, you guessed it, barrier knights. Navota's arc damage can hurt here, so utilize the cover of the containers and hang back as much as you need. Once this first hallway is cleared out and Navota backs away from you, you'll have your first unstoppable champion of the strike start heading your way. Make sure to have unstoppable ammo ready and take them out. You'll have a few more wizards shooting arc blasts at you, so just, again, hang back, but storm grenades can deal with them very quickly. The most annoying champion in this whole strike is the barrier server that's up here in this area. Feel free to thunder crash him or nuke him, just team shot him to get rid of him as quickly as you can. When this hill area is clear, you'll have quite a few Cursed Thrall and 2 more Barrier Knights waiting for you just before the boss room. Just hang back if you need to. They usually don't come out of this room, so just throw a Storm Grenade and make sure you have barrier ammo ready, and this should be pretty easy. Alright, time to deal with Navota. She'll start down at the bottom section, and she's very good at hiding behind cover down here. Just keep your distance here and throw grenades here whenever you can. This part isn't too bad because once the initial enemies are cleared, it's just her you'll be dealing with until you get her down to 80% HP. Once she reaches 80% HP, you'll have your first wave of enemies spawn in. Quite a few Boomer Knights and Thrall. This spot right here that we're on is the safest. You want to make sure you're here as quickly as you can, just so you can kill all the enemies as they spawn out of the doorways. It's not a huge deal if you can't spawn kill them, but enemies that are spread out are more dangerous, so just have a grenade ready if you can. Once every enemy in this wave is cleared out, Navota will spawn at the catwalk up top, along with some more Thrall. Trade off some supers with each other if you want, and just nuke her down to 50% HP. And once she's there, she's going to disappear and spawn another wave of adds. Get ready for the unstoppable ogre that spawns from this doorway. All of you should be ready to team shoot him. Once this section of enemies is defeated, 2 more ogres will spawn down below, with 1 being unstoppable. This unstoppable ogre is the last champion of the whole strike. Try to deal with both of them as quickly as you can so they don't rush up to the top area. They normally don't, but just in case, take them out quickly. Once those enemies are defeated, Navota will spawn back up at the catwalk. Make your way back to the safe zone because she will instantly start shooting at you. Keep working away at her health until she gets to 33% HP, where she teleports back down to the bottom area along with more enemies. If you decide to damage her from up here at the catwalk, just be mindful that Cursed Thrall will be up the stairs, which is one reason why it was nice to have a Well of Radiance here just in case. And that's it. Even though you've got a ton of champions, it's really not bad with how good Arc is. I hope, as always, you are able to get your God Roll Malicious Birthrights on your first try, and also work toward your Conqueror title. I hope to see you all in the Discord, and again, link is in the description. I will see you all in the next video.